Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Intel has told us there are at least 7.
Okay, I already see one. Give me. Okay.
They're the same picture.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video on The Bachelor. Now, for the purpose of my sanity, okay, I'm just gonna be calling the show The Bachelor, even though there is another show called The Bachelorette. It's part of the same franchise, but for my sanity, like I said, I'm just gonna call it The Bachelor so that I don't have to keep switching from Bachelor, Bachelorette. But it's a tongue twister for me, I'm sorry. Now, if you haven't watched this show, I'm not sure how famous it is in other countries, but in America, it's a pretty big deal, I would say. But The Bachelor is a reality dating show where a single man, the Bachelor, dates multiple women over several weeks, eliminating contestants along the way until he chooses one to propose to. The show is known for its dramatic twists, romantic dates, emotional eliminations, and iconic final rose ceremonies. It has spawned multiple spin-offs, including Bachelor in Paradise and The Golden Bachelor / Bachelorette. The Bachelor first aired on March 25th of 2002, and as of 2025, The Bachelor has aired 28 seasons. But wait, before we get into my little rant on the whole Bachelor Nation thing, first of all, Bachelor Nation, please don't come for me. This is just my opinion. I'm sorry. I used to be a part of Bachelor Nation. That's the thing. I used to be one of the girls, one of the guys. You know what I'm saying? I was infatuated, bro. I was the rose. At that point, I became the rose. Address the elephant in the room. I did not feel like doing my makeup today. Okay, so this is what you get. Unfortunately, you know, me and my skin prep, these things keep sliding away from the spot that I want them to be. So this is who I am. This is my natural state. You know, I only put on makeup for videos, bro. Like, if we're being honest, I only put on makeup for videos. I never wear makeup outside, rarely. But anyway, go ahead and click that subscribe, like, share, all that fun. This is my imaginary hair if I had it, all that fun stuff, you know. And let's get into the video. Now, most of you might not get my reference in the beginning clip of why I compared The Bachelor to The Hunger Games, because mind you, I know they're vastly different in tone and stakes. However, they do share some common interests and structural and thematic similarities. For instance, competition for survival or love. In The Hunger Games, tributes compete for their lives, while in The Bachelor, contestants compete for love. Contestants and/or the tributes, if we're talking about The Hunger Games, have to stand out to avoid elimination, right? Whether by impressing sponsors in The Hunger Games or winning the Bachelor's heart. There's also the whole elimination process, right? Both feature a dramatic elimination, while The Hunger Games, it's through literal death. The Bachelor, it's via the weekly rose ceremony. Either way, someone goes home until only one remains. There's also the public spectacle and manipulation of it all. Both take place under the scrutiny of an audience. The Hunger Games has the capital watching, while The Bachelor has millions of viewers invested in the contestants' journeys. Producers in The Bachelor and game makers in The Hunger Games manipulate situations to create drama and ensure entertainment value. Another comparison would be the illusion of choice, right? While both claim to be about free will, The Bachelor about love, The Hunger Games about survival, both systems ultimately push participants towards specific outcomes shaped by external forces, i.e. producers / game makers. And finally, there's the grand prize, right? In The Hunger Games, the winner gains fame, fortune, and a traumatic or shall I say, I was about to say traumatic past, but more so PTSD. And The Bachelor, the winner gets a proposal, public recognition, and often, very, very often, a short-lived relationship. Essentially, both are high-stake reality competitions where strategy, alliances, and emotional endurance determine who comes out on top. Now, there are multiple reasons why The Bachelor should end. I feel like it's ran its course, it's done, finito, bye-bye, like... One of the reasons is the lack of long-term success in the relationships that it produces, right? The show's main premise is finding lasting love. And it rarely works. Like, the formula isn't working anymore, ABC. I don't know what you're not getting.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way. I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
And I think another thing to note is the success rates of marriages from The Bachelor is notably low compared to The Bachelorette, which is very interesting. You can fact check me if you want. And sorry if I didn't make this clear on the synopsis of the show. When I say 28 seasons, I mean only for the male side of the franchise. So there has been 28 seasons aired for the male side and 20 seasons aired for the female side. So the male side has gotten more episodes than the female side. But out of these 28 seasons, only one couple from the original series is still together, which is my favorite couple out of the whole entire franchise, Sean Lowe and Catherine Gaducci. I forgot how to say her last name. I'm so sorry. They got engaged during season 17 in 2013 and married in 2014, which was televised, and now they have 3 children together. So you put all those seasons together, all those women, all those men, this indicates a success rate of approximately 3.6%, 1 out of 28 for lasting relationship results from The Bachelor. In contrast, The Bachelorette has seen a higher success rate as of January 2025. Several couples from The Bachelorette are still together, including Trista Rain and Ryan Sutter. They married in 2003. Desiree Hartsock and Chris Siegfried. I'm sorry if I'm like butchering these last names. I'm so sorry. They've been married since 2015. And JoJo Fletcher and Jordan Rogers, they married in 2022. I find myself saying, like, if I want to go on TV to find like love, girl, I would have to go on Big Brother. Big Brother has a better success rate of marriages than The Bachelor does. Like, there's Brendan and Rachel, Jordan and Jeff, Nicole and Victor, Jessica and Cody, Bailey and Swaggy C. Bro, the list goes on and on and on. It's like, when do you pull the plug? I feel like we're going insane by watching the show, right? Like, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, which never happens with this show. The show follows the same format every season, yet contestants believe this time will be different. Most relationships fail, but people still apply, convinced that they will be the exception. There's delusion and manipulation. Contestants are manipulated by the producers, encouraged to fall in love quickly, and often gaslit into believing the process is real, which is not. The lead is dating multiple people at once, yet contestants convince themselves their connection is unique. Is that not insane? And you know, going on The Bachelor might not meet the clinical definition of insanity, but it certainly shares some traits. I mean, especially when girls willingly subject themselves to emotional chaos season after season, and the same results end with no relationship, no romance, no marriage, no picture-perfect family. And staying on the topic of the show having a formulaic nature and becoming very repetitive, over the years, The Bachelor has become painfully predictable. While early seasons felt more organic, today's seasons feel like a copy-paste version of past ones. So breaking it down, let's go to night 1, the meet and greets. Contestants exit the limo, they deliver their quirky introductions, and some immediately get drunk or cause drama. Later, there's the first impression rose, given to someone who producers want to highlight early. And then group dates and one-on-one dates. These always include a fun, quote, fun date like bungee jumping or skydiving. And then there's the one-on-one date. I think sometimes during the group date, someone will be chosen to go on a one-on-one date. I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched the show. That's how I've detoxed it out of my life completely. But the one-on-one dates, these are what they call the deep dates, right? They're sharing past trauma to form a quick emotional bond. And then there's the musical date, where most likely a country singer will perform while the couple just awkwardly slow dances and kisses and stuff like that. But you know, what is a good reality show without an awesome villain, right? There's always a villain arc. One contestant, which is probably the contestant which doesn't really comply that much with production, so production just turns on them and makes them the villain. Yeah, one contestant is framed as the villain to stir drama, and they last several weeks. Like, it's not even, it doesn't make sense. They last several weeks before being eliminated in an explosive, showdown, right? Then you have the travel phase. The cast suddenly flies to an exotic location where relationships intensify in contrived romantic settings. Then you move on to hometown dates. The bachelor meets the families, where at least one dad expresses skepticism. And then there's the fantasy suites, right? Overnight dates where physical intimacy is implied, leading to jealousy among the contestants. And then finally, you have the final rose ceremony where the bachelor picks one person and maybe proposes. There's always the same tropes and cliches. Like, I'm not here to make friends. Like, that one girl will always say and declare this before stirring up drama later in the season. The crying in the bathroom scene, at least one contestant has an emotional breakdown. I'm falling in love with you. Mind you, the bachelor tells multiple people this, right? Creating false hope for most of the women. And then there's always the bachelor dumping someone and saying, I didn't expect this to be so hard. It's a yearly classic at this point. The show has turned into more so of like an overscripted soap opera than an authentic search for love. And I tell you, I had my epiphany during Clayton's season. I thought Clayton was like the cutest, sweetest, most kindest bachelor ever. But that season really opened my eyes to being like, oh, all of this is scripted. All of this is fake. None of this is about finding love. This is all just for ratings. And you know, maybe during the beginning of when this all first started, a guy came up with an idea of being like, oh, maybe they were talking to a homeboy, right? Maybe they were talking to a guy they knew who was like the best thing since sliced bread, who just couldn't find a good wife to save his life. And they were like, hey, you know what? Why don't we put you on TV? Have multiple women, you know, multiple selections for you. And out of that selection, if you find the one, good for you, buddy. Like, maybe that idea started off as genuine, but now it's just trash. And like I said, when The Bachelor first premiered in 2002, contestants went on the show with mostly genuine hope of finding love. However, I feel like in the modern era of Instagram and TikTok and influencer culture, The Bachelor has become less about romance and more about building a personal brand. Social media has definitely altered the motivations of contestants, the way audiences engage with the show, and even how the show itself is produced. Now, when they go on the show, most contestants gain hundreds, if not thousands, of followers after appearing on the show, which can lead to sponsorship deals, brand collaborations, and other reality TV opportunities. There's also pre-show branding, right? Contestants enter the show already thinking about their post-bachelor career. Many have pre-existing Instagram aesthetics, partnerships, or even managers before they even step out of the limo. Some contestants are straight up clout chasers, and some have openly admitted it. They're like, hey, yeah, I'm here for the followers. Send me home. Like, that's how it be these days, bro. And past contestants like Hannah Brown, Colton Underwood, and Tayshia Adams have leveraged on their Bachelor fame. This includes book deals, hosting gigs, and lasting influencer careers. And even the contestants who are eliminated early gain enough followers to become full-time content creators. It's also been rumored that the show now leans into influencer culture. So they're casting contestants with large followings to boost their ratings now. It's not about the ordinary day people who have regular 9-to-5 jobs. No, we're casting social media influencers. Okay? We're giving them that tea. We're giving them that airtime, baby. So on top of the toxic production, clout chasers, just the overall Bachelor franchise, I feel like it's also become quite outdated by the different reality dating shows of today. You know, back when The Bachelor premiered in 2002, reality dating shows were were a novelty. Audiences were captivated by the idea of watching real people fall in love on TV. Now, I completely like strayed away from dating shows in general. Like, I don't want to see like nothing, like, you know, no Love Island for me. Like, I'm good. But audiences of today are now more drawn to reality shows that feel unscripted and raw, right? Like Love is Blind, The Ultimatum, and F-Boy Island, if you're into that type of stuff, where reactions and emotions seem more real. And you know what? In conclusion, if The Bachelor were to end tomorrow, would anyone really miss it? Like, genuinely, would you miss it? Like, sure, we lose the chance to watch contestants cry in limos, argue over a single rose, and listen to the same rehearsed "I'm falling for you" lines year after year. But honestly, we'd probably just fill the void with something more exciting, like watching paint dry, or maybe watching a whole new batch of reality shows that actually give us the drama and the authenticity we've been craving. At least we'd be spared from wondering if this time, maybe, love is actually real, or if it's just a cleverly staged PR stunt. And you know, I heard that the new Bachelor is a brother, so you know, do you think I won't be watching? I will never be watching. Actually, I will turn my TV off if I ever see it pop up on my screen. But yeah, that has been my time on this topic. And I think I'm done. That was it for today's video. If you stuck around, first of all, thank you so much for watching. I know like longer videos are not the norm nowadays. So if you stuck around to the very end to see my beautiful face, really, thank you so much for watching, for sharing, for liking, for commenting, doing all that fun stuff, and just sticking around. I will be coming out with more videos. This keeps sliding. I will be coming out with more videos here soon. I have like a whole lineup of videos that I want to do. Stick around, and again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!